Cryptic vicious spell, sadistic in its hell, simplistic mission, can't you tell? Take all the negativity in life, get in position to stride it with all your might, just wind up sending back to hell. Yeah.
What is going on, members of the Shy Guys squad and MPL fans alike? My name's TheDarkGengar, head coach of the Ecruteak Gengars, and welcome to week 13 of the Major Pokemon League. This week, the Ecruteak Gengars are going up against the Dallas Staravias and their head coach PokemonTripHD. For this week, I've been preparing myself in different ways. I was one of the things that are a little bit surprising me. I was expecting Thundurus to be on Trip's team, but instead, I think he brought Skarmory, as you can see on your screen. So for his team, I have brought myself Jirachi, Special. It was supposed to have Ancient Power, but there was some problem during genning, so it didn't go through. Then we have after a trade with the Motor City Moltres, we of the Ecruteak Gengars have given up our Trevenant, and we have picked up Escavalier. Objection, the Escavalier. This thing has Iron Head, Drill Run, yes, Drill Run, and Toxic and Protect. Then we have Aldramech, the Electivire, Choice Scarf with Low Kick for that Snorlax over there. You see him rubbing his belly, laying on his back. We also have Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Earthquake, not Wild Charge. We wouldn't run 3 electric type moves, so not that weird. Then we have Mega Gardevoir with Hyper Voice, standard. We have a little new twist to our Amethyst, the Goodra. I'm just gonna let you guys see that for yourself. And finally, we have a Choice Scarf Gengar with Destiny Bond and Shadow Ball Trick, and I think I brought Thunderbolt. Just to counter that Aerodactyl, because I knew the Aerodactyl was coming, because my team is fast and especially offensive, but there's no one who can catch up to Mega Aerodactyl unless I wear a Scarf, and that will confirm it for him. So he has a one mon that can easily confirm Scarfs. So without further ado, let's just quickly, Trip has brought himself Skarmory, most likely defensive. I don't know, maybe, like for his team, it could be a Scarf or Bandit Entei, Mega Aerodactyl, Technician Breloom, because honestly, who runs Toxic Heal League-wise? A Curslax 9 times out of 10. I know you like your Curslax, Trip. And he has brought himself a regular Gardevoir. So, I have got, like, I'm actually going to show you guys my mouse now. We have Mega Gardevoir, and then we have Trip's Gardevoir. So, just to confirm, I draft Mega Gardevoir, so I have Mega, and he has regular. But anyways, so this was like, for me, when we started this, I'm like, let's get this out of the way. I'm scared shitless. Let me just do this. Let me get it out of the way so so I can get over it. So I lead with Jirachi, and he leads with Super the Skarmory. I go for Water Pulse, and not to say, we get a crit confusion on the first turn. So, I mean, there's always that, and I, not gonna lie, I appreciate it. He doesn't hit himself, so it's basically just damage, but I'll take it. And it also confirmed to me that he is leftovers, and I think he is especially bulky, based upon that was a crit Water Pulse, even though it's base 60 move. Who knows, it could be specially defensive, it could be physically. He gets off the Roar after I get up my Stealth Rock, so we both have rocks on the field now, so nobody wants to switch in for potential Sash Breaks and stuff. And he sends in my Goodra on him, and he gets to confirm that I am in fact leftovers. And well, all the leftovers animations on this battlefield. I'm sorry about that, Rip. But let me just, now he's gonna switch into his Snorlax, and I'm gonna go for the Dragon Tail. I was actually wanting to get this fat ass out on the field, because Snorlax and Goodra are gonna go toe to toe with their favorite move, with Snorlax's favorite move in this entire world. Yes, my Goodra after leftovers animation. God damn it, Trip, why'd you bring so many leftovers? Ah, don't mind it. But I brought Curse Physical Goodra with Rock Slide, Earthquake, Dragon Tail, and Curse. And I was like, yes, let's go, let's go. And he goes for the Crunch, as he's gonna get the Gooey, so gooey. He's gonna get that speed drop, and look how little that Crunch did. That Crunch did like 20, maybe 24 points. 24 hit points. And I'm quickly gonna get 10 and 10 back because of leftovers, and then he's gonna munch on some leftovers. We're all munching on leftovers. It's like Oprah, you get leftovers, everybody gets leftovers. So he does send in his waifu, the regular God of War. I'm gonna assume that this is I'm gonna assume it's a choice variant, if I remember, just because like, I know he has Moonblast, but he never showed anything else. For the reason I don't think he ever got to show off anything else. But I want to assume that he is choiced in some shape or form. Like, I've seen him bring choice specs Shadow Sneak before, so it could be. And Gudra, as the beast that it is, eats up any frickin' special hit. And that's a non-invested Spadaf. It's max, I think it's max attack, max defense, if I'm not mistaken. But Gudra picks up the first, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the first kill of the match, being Trip's God of War, even though it left a huge mark on our Gudra. He sends in Rocky the Aerodactyl, and at this point I'm just like, okay, I'm +2, so I should be able to take the majority of what you want to do. Okay, so you're saying you're Mega Evolving Aerial Ace, trying to get off some damage, letting me get a, but no, he packs Dragon Claw for this adorable beat. Look at Gudra, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want that to happen. But he's gonna get the GUI off, so we're gonna get off some chip damage onto this, well, we're gonna drop a little bit of speed on that Aerodactyl to deal with the rocks, which is chip damage. And Electivire comes in here, and I think by that he suspects that I am, in fact, Choice Scarf, based upon how I brought it in. And he sends in his Breloom to kind of stop and check that with his Technician. So I go for the Thunderbolt, just to get off the damage off on that Aerodactyl, and it still doesn't. For being resisted, and Aldrich mainly being a physical attacker, that did some decent damage. So I send in my Objection! The female Escavalier. It's called Objection mainly because how its black and white Pokedex entry describes that it flies around at high speeds, even though its base stat is, or its base speed is 20. And here, he goes for Force Palm. Dench, I know you're gonna watch this. Force Palm Breloom, it happened. And because of the surprise of the Force Palm, Escavalier was so confused and he so shocked that he just missed. He was like, wait, where did Force Palm? He just went blind for a moment there. So I do send in my Jirachi just to catch the incoming bullet seeds that were coming my way. Because, well, Jirachi is base 100 across, I am a little bit invested in both defense and HP, so I will take these pretty well. Even though, Escavalier is ×4 resisted, but he does have his, well, 4. Like, he doesn't have any HP left. So he does send in supers. I go for the Flash Cannon, and, well, I want to assume maybe he was physically defensive, because this doesn't really, like, this does a little bit too, it's stab base 80, so maybe Spadaf, maybe physically defensive, I'm not sure. He's gonna munch on some leftovers, as I just go for another Flash Cannon, no reason not to. He's just gonna probably ward me out, and that's a -1, so, I mean, I'll take it. And he just wards me out, I think, into my Gengar. So, Gengar is out on the field here, just having a little dance. Like, he's just dancing around, like, how you doing, Super, how you doing, Skarmory? Welcome to the field. He munches on some leftovers, that's cool, that's cool. Can you see this wonderful scarf I'm wearing today? It's beautiful. Going for a Shadow Ball, and I think that my Spadef drop mattered, because that HP was moving very slowly down. And he he must have kind of figured that I was Garth, or just the fact that Snorlax is kind of like the best counter. So this forces me to switch as I go into Objection, as it is the best fodder, onto the rocks, just so I can get a free switch into something. As he sets up a curse, which is a bit unfortunate, and at this point I wish I had my Gudra so I could start cursing up against, because that was the entire point of the battle, was to get Gudra up against Snorlax, two fat beasts just sitting there cursing each other out, and in the end one's going to drop a major hit. So I do send in Electivire, as he is +1 defense and +1 attack. And I go for my Trip's favorite move in League now, Low Kick. As he goes for as he retaliates with a crunch on Electivire, even +1, no, it isn't that frail. It is frail, but it's not that frail. So he can take one. It takes one crunch really well, as I think this turn Trip just goes for as I go for the Low Kick, bringing him down to red. He gets his rest off, you know, Snorlax just taking a nap, you know, just chilling. He's like, I'll be back in a minute. let me just take a nap real quick. Let me just get my XP back up. So I just go for another low kick because I am Choice Scarfed, and I get the crit. Trip's favorite thing in the world, Choice Scarf low kick crits. Who does love that? And he does try to get the crunch or the body slam off with his Snorlax there. I think no wait, Rest Talk, Curse, and Crunch. Oh, I missed out. So he only has Crunch, but he gets Curse off, which is, well, for me it's okay. He's not gonna switch. I'm just gonna go for another low kick. He sacks off his Snorlax, as the Curse didn't quite, well, the Sleep Talk didn't work with them on those 33%. Well, it was a 66, it was a 33% chance to actually kill me. As he does send in his Entei, and he's been blabbering about his Crote this entire time, and just a little moment, don't worry about it, it will be back very shortly. I don't know, Ash's internet crashed at the moment, but we're back. And he has been talking so much gibberish about his Crote, but I prepped for I was prepping for a Choice Banded Flare Blitz coming my way right there. And I realized I could have preserved it for the Electrify, but then again, I needed to sack something anyways, and I thought that was the best one. And then here I sent in my Choice Scarf Gengar, pulling that Destiny Bond off that didn't work in week 4 against Chris, taking Trip's Entei down with it. As he just goes to the sick fight, Gengar's like, I'm sorry bro, I wish I could use you better, but Entei's just gonna be brought down with, and Gengar's like, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. So I do send in now my Mega Gardevoir, my beautiful shiny Gardevoir, the one that survived the longest, as he sends in his Breloom. That's what this thing is called, and I'm just getting up because I'm a bit tired, but that's legal. So, as the rules, or as league rules state, I have to Mega Evolve first turn, and I would have done it anyways because Hyper Voice from a Mega Gardevoir hurts a little bit more than a Hyper Voice from a regular one. And he just goes for a Mach Punch, just trying to get off some chip damage on me, and I think, don't quote me, but I think that Mach Punch may have mattered in the end. That Mach Punch may or may not have mattered in the end. As he sends in his Rocky the Aerodactyl, he's going to take some more Stealth Rocks damage, and it will bring him down to, I think at the moment it's a 3-1, and an Aerial Ace, I think because of the Mach Punch, that just barely killed. That was a roll. If he didn't go for the Mach Punch, I think I would have survived. And I send in Jirachi now, I'm like, please don't have Earthquake, that's all I beg of you. Don't have Earthquake and we'll be fine, that's all I needed. Nope, nope. Of course you have Earthquake. Why wouldn't you have Earthquake? Now, what's your last... And with that, that's kind of the match. That's what happened. And yeah, we're in the Pokemon Center. Let me just fix that snare. There you go. So, yeah, that happened. He had Earthquake and Dragon Claw and Aerial Ace, and God knows what his last move was. But yeah, we've had a... Gengars. We've had a 2-week winning streak. We did beat Slaxorus 5-0. And we had an intense match against I don't know. I want to pronounce it right, but I don't know how to pronounce the city. I'm just gonna say Mystic and his Altaria and the Altarias because screws it. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I'm not gonna say it again until season 2 or we fight him again. And Trip's team, he prepared well, and I feel like there were certain plays I could have done. Like for example, if I did decide to preserve my Electivire, potentially sacking Jirachi off to the Entei going into the Gengar, I could have possibly, like, if I would have done it that order, I could have potentially won. Say, put in the scenario. I know I'm taking this a little bit further. When Entei came in on my Electivire, if I were to switch into Jirachi, Jirachi would have gone down. I would have accepted that because I needed to sack something anyways, and I realized that. And then I would have switched into Gengar, gone for the Destiny Bond, he would have taken me down, and I would have taken him down with me. He would have sent in his Breloom as I would have sent in my Gardevoir. And with that, I would have gone for the Hyper Voice, he would have died. He would have sent in the Aerodactyl, he would have taken down my Gardevoir, just like what happened because of the Mach Punch. And I would have sent in the Electivire, gone for the Thunderbolt with the Choice Scarf, and potentially taken him down and winning. So I see how I could have turned this game around, But I think sacking off the Electivire was where I gave up on my, like, I think Electivire was my win condition just because the Aerodactyl. And I know I've actually prepared this Electivire since week 4 when we picked it up for this game alone, because I'm Trip. You know that you know you can be a bit cocky when it comes to winning. Don't lie, you are. But yeah, so MPL fans, supporters of the Ecruteak Gengars, it's official that we, under no circumstance, can make playoffs now. Trip has ended the any way, shape, or form that we can make it into playoffs. What we need to do, there are 5 teams in the Y Conference, or yeah, Y Conference, that are above us. And it's the top 4 teams from the Y Conference that make playoffs. And we're number 6 in that. With, I think, Slacks and Cypher under us. And if we would have kept on winning throughout the entire series, or in season, not series, we could have potentially made playoffs. But now, because of Trip, that is a, well, it's lost. The chances are lost. But then again, it's partially my fault for playing like a little twat in the beginning. But there's always season 2, and throughout these games, I'm gonna do my best to put up at least a good fight. If I don't win, so be it. But if we do win, well, I guess we're just stopping other people from, well, we might A, crush other people's dreams, or B, well, we'll just see what happens. But for now, we're just currently a roadblock for the last couple of fights we have. Next week, we're gonna face, well, the little me, the good guy Ghastly, and the Las Vegas Victinius, which is gonna be an interesting fight. Let's just say we have to prepare a very physically defensive team. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Goodbye, Gengars.